Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world. These words weren't just a statement, they were a philosophy, a way of life, and they came from a man who would forever change how we see the universe, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in the city of Ulm, in the former German Empire. His father, Hermann Einstein, was an ambitious man with a talent for mathematics, though he had to give up his education to run a business. His mother, Pauline Koch, came from a Jewish merchant family. Together, they raised a boy who was curious from the very beginning. As a child, Albert didn't speak fluently until the age of 4. Some even thought he had learning difficulties. But young Einstein wasn't slow. He was thoughtful, often lost in his own world, contemplating the mysteries of life. From the start, Albert's journey was shaped by challenges. His family wasn't wealthy, and when their business failed in Munich, they moved to Italy. Albert, disillusioned by Germany's rigid education system, left school at 15. His teachers thought he wouldn't amount to much. Little did they know they were in the presence of genius. He renounced his German citizenship to avoid military service, making himself stateless. Homeless in a way, with no nation to call his own. But that didn't stop him. In 1896, he was accepted into the Swiss Federal Polytechnic School in Zurich. He studied physics and mathematics, his two great loves. But even after graduating with distinction in 1900, Einstein couldn't find a job in academia. He sent letter after letter to universities, but nobody wanted him. Eventually, a friend helped him get a job at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. It was mundane, bureaucratic work, but it was there, in quiet obscurity, that Albert began rewriting the laws of the universe. In 1905, Albert Einstein published 4 papers in the scientific journal Annalen der Physik. Today, this year is known as his Annus Mirabilis, his miracle year. Here's what this unknown patent clerk gave the world that year. Photoelectric effect. He showed that light behaves like particles or photons. This laid the foundation for quantum physics. Brownian motion. He proved the existence of atoms and molecules. Special theory of relativity. He demonstrated that time and space are not absolute. They are relative. E equals mc squared, perhaps the most famous equation in history. It revealed the astonishing connection between mass and energy. These weren't just academic papers. They were revolutions. They changed the way humanity understood existence itself. And yet, Einstein was still working at the patent office. Still unknown. Still underappreciated. In the years that followed, his ideas slowly gained recognition. By 1909, he was appointed a professor. By 1914, he had returned to Germany to become a professor in Berlin and a member of the Prussian Academy of Sciences. But then war broke out. Einstein, a pacifist, refused to support Germany's militarism during World War I. While most German scientists backed the war effort, he stood alone, promoting peace. During the chaos of war, he continued working on something bigger, general relativity. In 1915, after 10 years of thought and doubt and brilliance, Einstein published his general theory of relativity. It expanded upon his earlier work and described gravity not as a force, but as a curvature of spacetime. It was complex, beautiful, elegant. In 1919, during a solar eclipse, his predictions were confirmed by British scientist Arthur Eddington. Light from stars bent around the sun, exactly as Einstein had said. The newspapers went wild. The headline? Lights all askew in the heavens. Albert Einstein had done the impossible, dethroned Isaac Newton. The world had a new scientific superstar. By the 1920s, Einstein wasn't just a scientist, he was a symbol of intellect, of curiosity, of rebellion. He toured the world, America, Palestine, Japan, India, South America. Everywhere he went, crowds gathered to see the man who had changed reality. He met presidents, kings, scholars, and even Charlie Chaplin. They became friends. Chaplin once said to him at a film premiere, "They cheer me because they all understand me. They cheer you because no one understands you." Yet Einstein remained humble. He called himself passionately curious, not brilliant. He lived simply, loved music, and continued to chase one ultimate dream: a unified field theory, one formula to explain everything. As the 1930s began, dark clouds gathered over Europe. Adolf Hitler and the Nazis came to power in Germany. As a Jew, Einstein was in danger. He renounced his German citizenship again. This time, he would never return. Einstein moved permanently to the United States, taking a position at Princeton University. It would become his home and his sanctuary. But the world was changing. In 1939, Einstein was warned that Nazi scientists might be developing an atomic bomb. Despite his deep pacifism, he signed a letter to President Roosevelt, urging America to begin atomic research, to keep the weapon out of Hitler's hands. That letter helped launch the Manhattan Project, and ultimately the atomic bomb. Einstein regretted it deeply. When Hiroshima and Nagasaki were destroyed in 1945, Einstein mourned. "The world is not dangerous because of those who do harm," he said, "but because of those who look at it without doing anything." In the years that followed, Einstein became a global voice for peace, disarmament, and civil rights. He supported the creation of Israel, but declined the offer to become its president. He called for global unity, human dignity, and scientific freedom. And still, he searched for that final equation, the unified theory, a key to unlock the universe. He never found it. On April 18, 1955, at the age of 76, Albert Einstein died. He refused surgery, saying, "I want to go when I want. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially. I have done my share." His brain was preserved, studied by scientists who hoped to understand his genius. But maybe the answer wasn't in his brain at all. Maybe it was in his spirit, his curiosity, his relentless refusal to give up. Einstein gave the world more than theories. He gave it a new way to think, a new way to wonder, a new reason to believe that questions matter more than answers. He showed us that even a boy who struggled in school, even a patent clerk stuck in obscurity, even a refugee fleeing war, could change the course of human history. Today, satellites orbit Earth because of Einstein's math. GPS works because of relativity. Solar panels exist because of the photoelectric effect. And nuclear power, both feared and harnessed, was born from E=mc². But more than that, Einstein inspired generations to dream. He showed us that intelligence is not about memorization, it's about imagination. That greatness is not about conformity, it's about courage. "Try not to become a man of success," Einstein once said. "Rather become a man of value." Albert Einstein was more than a scientist. He was a rebel, peacemaker, a visionary, a voice in the dark. He taught us that no idea is too big, no dream is too bold, and that sometimes the most powerful force in the universe is a question. If the story inspired you, share it with someone who needs to believe in their dreams again. Leave a comment. Tell us what part of Einstein's life moved you most. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible stories of the world's greatest minds. Clapperboard until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and never stop asking why.